Hey everybody, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17, and welcome back to the Western Shore. Let's get this turned on, and I'll tell you quickly what's going on. We're in field 6-8. I did get everything mowed. I did get everything raked. I got the other field across the lane baled, and I took that down to the grove. I got some bales brought in from this field. We're going to bale these last 3 rows, and then we're going to gather up all our bales, take them down to the grove, then come back here, hop in this loading wagon we just bought, meet up with the JCB, which is right out there yonder, and we're going to get started on field 6-6 and take that down to the BGA. I noticed it's just before noon on day 6 of spring, and I noticed if you look in the top right, it is going to rain today. That is problematic. That is problematic. So if we look here, the best way to see it is if we go to this menu right here, this page. This is all that we have in play on the map. Are you kidding me? We have so many fields going. We're going to have a magnificent harvest this fall. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. I thought it was 20% of the fields. It's more like maybe 25 or 30% of the fields. We own a lot of this map, and we've got a lot of fields going. I love it. But the problem is all of our grass needs to be brought in because I believe tomorrow, so we've got, if we go here, we've got these 2 fields mowed now. We have these other 6 fields to mow, and I believe tomorrow, first day of summer, is a growth cycle. So if I can somehow get all of these done before evening tonight, then tomorrow they'll start to grow again. We can get fertilizer on them, and hopefully we can get 3 cuts. It's going to be tricky. The map is becoming difficult to manage. It really is, but nonetheless, I love it. All right. So we've got our baler, and these will go quickly. The bigger rows were to the outside, the fatter rows, you know. I use the Merge Max rake. That's the one that you can select left, right, or center. And when I go around the outside of the field, I try to move everything in away from the fences. And what that does is creates a really, like an oversized row around the outside of the field. And that one takes a while, because we do have more realistic running, and the size of the row determines how fast your tractor can move, how fast your baler can move, etc. So if you make a monster row, then it does take a long time to pick it up. Just got to go super slow. So we'll get this emptied out. And I did want to make at least one trip down to our new facility down at the Grove. I did want to do that off camera, like so. There we go. I did want to do that off camera to confirm that it was working properly and that it would accept the bales and stack everything neatly. Now the bale storage barn that we have is made by, I want to say, GTX and LS Mod Company. And that's a pretty solid crew. They know what they're doing. And they're German, as far as I know, so they're into scripting. So I have to think that barn is okay for seasons, or that, I don't know. You know, when you work with an auto-loading trailer, you're not really putting bales on the trailer. You're just sort of putting, like, the image file of the bale on the trailer. It doesn't have any weight. I'm curious, once those bales are in that shed, if they sort of exist on the map. It's supposed to help with FPS, but I'm also curious whether they're going to be protected from rain. So if it's seasons compatible, and I have no reason to think that it isn't, then no rain would get inside it as far as bales are concerned. Or if the bales aren't really in there at all, if it's only like the image of the bales, does that make sense? Then they couldn't be affected by rain. But either way, I think our bales are going to be okay in that barn as far as getting wet and rotting. But I'm curious how the modder sorted that out. And I am concentrating. That's why I'm kind of stammering right now. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Not a multitasker. All right, so we get this one done. And we'll get this last row going. Now, there's another reason that we're going back to back on these episodes. And we may go back to back to back. I did get confirmation at the highest level that Western Shore is going to update, and it's going to be a major update. I have no idea what that means, but I assume it's going to mean something major, something spectacular. because the Frontier Designs crew is not, they're not really on that hype train. Mostly they're kind of low key, and anything that they do is they underpromise and overdeliver. So we will see what that brings. But I'm told you do have to start a new save game. We were just about done with this map anyway. It is getting to be more than I can handle off camera. However, now we have extra incentive to get done. Because what I would love to do is wrap this map up. And then, as weird as this sounds, wrap this map up and then start a new map. Maybe something like the Western Shore. To me, the map is not played out yet. And we still have plenty of farms and barns on the map that we could use that we've never even got to. I want to say there's 2 or 3, possibly 4 other farms that we have not used. So we could start this map again and use other farms, right? We would not activate Bramble Lane. We wouldn't use, is it Black Ridge where the pigs are? We wouldn't use Seaview. So we could really start the game over and treat this as though it was a new map. That beeper is on, but I'm going to leave this running because it was working hard. I think, yeah, once we hop out, we won't hear the beeper anymore. All right, Phase 2. Let's get loaded up. Did that make any sense at all, what I just said? I think it did. I want to get this map done so we can do V2, but V2, I imagine, will be so different, and what we're going to do when we play it is going to be so different that it will be as though we are starting a new map that we've never played before. But what I didn't want to happen is we're not quite done with this map and we need to just, you know what I'm saying? Like a dog getting to the end of its leash on the run and getting yanked back. I didn't just want this map to end and we suddenly hop into V2. I want this to be at a good, appropriate stopping place. So that means we got to hustle up. And we do have to go back to back. And I think, we've got grass work. We've got a massive harvest to do. I don't know that we'll get to all of that. But I would like to get the poplars in. What about you, sir? What about you? You don't want to? Yeah, there you go. Come with us. You're one of us now. So, yep, I think that's what's going to happen. And I also looked at, and I had somebody recommend it in a comment, which I thought was very coincidental. I thought about Churn Farm V2 as another farm to bring to the channel, another map to bring to the channel. I liked Churn Farm. It's a big equipment farm, really massive fields, but it's well made. It's got, I feel like it's got some script elements, but not a ton. But it's a well-made map, and I really liked it. I played V1 before they fixed the mud, but yeah, that's a good map, and it would certainly be different because we have stayed small kit on this map for the most part. Yeah, I'm comfortable saying we've stayed small as we plan to. So maybe it is time to bring in a big kit map as well, and we could do that sort of parallel, I guess. We could have this going and Churn Farm, or 2.0 of the Western Shore going, and then Churn Farm 2.0 as well. And I don't know if we'll be able to get close enough. Maybe. Not quite. All right. So we'll set the brake. Oh, auto load. Why your trigger got to be so small? Come over here, and let's move this out of the way. Where are we at on time? 10 minutes. Yep, I think this will work out just about right. So we'll get this out of the way. All right. Brake. Like so. All right. Right in there. And let's just loop around. I also wanted to confirm that this trailer would fit down the lane and that we would be able to make the left turn onto Bramble Lane at the bottom of the hill. Right, so we do have a more realistic conversion on this Flegel trailer pack, but at the moment, because the work mode is activated, these bales have no weight. They have no mass at all, so it is, well, I mean, we can do this. Hang on. We can turn it off. We can unload it, and now they do have weight. So if you're using the DPW trailer pack, I believe by Farmer Andy, by Modding Velt. But if you are using this pack and you do convert it to more realistic, if you want the trailers to have the weight when they're loaded, you have to take them off auto load. So right, carefully make our way through here. Very nice. I love this map. I do. It is without question the best map I've ever played. It's my favorite map. And I was not reluctant to say that, but I'm very careful with absolutes. I don't like to say something is the best and then a month later something else is the best. You know, and you're just sort of bouncing around. I like to really take my time when I make an assessment like that. But I'm comfortable saying that this is the best map I've ever played. It's got to be the most thoughtfully made map that I've ever played. Everything just seems to be there for a reason. Even things like the placement of the power poles across from some of the gates. They're at just exactly the right place to make it difficult to get big equipment in and out of that gate. It's amazing. I don't know, I can't imagine the time that it takes to make a map like this. I would think at least hundreds of hours. At least. And that's, I mean, a few hours a night, that adds up. I know we game, some of us a few hours a day, some of us more. But it doesn't ever really feel like work. You know, to do something like that a few hours a day, it doesn't feel like work. But I imagine building a map, as much fun as it may be, as much as you may enjoy it, it does seem like a lot more work than gaming. And there are also things, I know modders and map makers, they kind of invent things, they come up with things, they do things that nobody else has ever done before, and it's by process of elimination, you know, they just figured that out. They came up with that. It is entirely unique to their map. They figured it out. And I think that can also be, I can put a little strain on your brain to see something and say, well, I want it to do this. And to be told, no, it doesn't do that, and it can't do that. Save game. And to nonetheless figure out how to do it. You know, figure out a way to make impossible things happen. Right, so the trigger is right up front here. Yep. Generous trigger. And we've got now, set the brake. We have now, silage, we have now 42. That's perfect. I wanted 40. We've got 42. We've got another probably 18 or 20 up at Bramble Lane. I'm going to leave those up there. I had thought about bringing everything down here just to have it in one place. And then I thought, well, what sense does that make? Because all you're going to need to do is come down here, pick up bales, a couple dozen at a time, take them back to Bramble Lane, put them back in the shed and use them till they're gone, and then come get another couple more. Why not just leave them there? So that's what we're going to do. And again, I don't know that we'll get through all the bales that we have at Bramble Lane. So what we're doing is sort of, I don't know, we're future-proofing a map that we're about to be done playing, at least V1.0. And as far as harvest and everything, you know, I don't know, say I'm going to do that harvest off camera after this map is closed down, and then just more or less delete it and move on to 2.0. But I don't think there's another way to do it. The only other way to do it would be if we sort of stopped working on things, you know, stopped breeding pigs, sold the cows, and we'd have just a dead farm. There wouldn't be anything going on as we were moving toward closing down V1.0. So I think the way that it has to work is there has to be that sort of organic continuance. Yeah, that's a good word for it. We're planning things. We're going to do things that are never going to make it to a video because the map will be deleted, but the alternative doesn't work either. Right, so we're going to go up here, And I wanted to come back up this way because this is a little bit long to head into traffic on Bramble Lane, and I didn't want to get bound up there. We do have traffic turned back on. I only ever turn it off when I'm not recording. Sometimes I forget to turn it back on, but for the most part, I try to maintain the immersion. All right, big wide swing here. This trailer is arguably too big. It's a little bit bigger than the dually trailer, and it's probably too big for this farm and too big for this map. It's not the smallest one that you can get. It's like the second smallest, but yeah, again, we've got good problems, and the good problems we have are we're growing, and we're growing sort of faster than we know what to do with. And so the equipment's getting bigger. I'm not gonna park this up at the moment. And in fact, let's do this. Let's just leave this right in the lane. You know, I mean, it's our lane. It's our property, isn't it? Is that how that works? I don't know if this is a public thoroughfare or if this is our lane, but I'm just gonna pull it right down here. And in the interest of expediency, park this right here. All right, so turn that off. Set the brake. Back up this way. And, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, because we need to put it on follow me anyway. All right, now it says this thing draws 30 horsepower. Is that right in real life? 30? Oh, that seems pretty low. But it's made by, again, a good crew. Modders that I trust. So, I don't know. I just go with it, man. I don't ask too many questions. Not anymore. All right. Carefully right through here. Through there. And I guess we'll do field 6-6 next. Sure, why not? And we are going to use follow me. I think that's the most efficient way to do this with kind of a small loading wagon. I think follow me makes sense. And that's crazy. We have these giant mowers on this pretty big tractor, and then we've got this tiny little loading wagon on this tiny little tractor. So it goes. All right. So we'll get this turned around. And I guess we'll, let's do this. Get fired up here. Let's get this turned around and started. Try not to drive on our sunflower field here. All right. So we'll get this turned around. Unfold. Unfold, and just so everything is nice and straight and parallel. Let's go right here. Right? Start the front mower. We'll drop that. Pull forward a little bit. There we go. Start the rear mowers. Drop those. And we are swathing. Is that correct? Yep. So if we pull right up about here, right? And we lift everything. Set the brake. You stay right here for a minute. We're going to go get this thing. I don't know how quickly this is going to fill. I suspect pretty quickly. I have a feeling we are going to be making a lot of trips to the BGA. So many that I don't even know if we'll be able to get this done before dark. And we can continue to work in the dark if we have to. But we've got rain coming as well. Oh, what a world, what a world. All right. So we'll back this up. And we do have, and I hope we have follow me activated. It's going to be a real short trip if we don't. Okay, so we go here. We have turn on silage additives. That is on. We want to turn that on. We want to turn that on. I want to pull forward a little bit. About like so. And then it is Control F, is it not? Oh, follow me is activated. Fantastic. All right, so come right in here. Brake is off. Lower. Right? Lower. Back to cruise control off a little bit. Here we go. Go. Follow Me is such an awesome mod, and it's a really kind of a small, low-key, almost like an underrated mod, but that's a very cool mod. And we can go, anything that we missed, we can go back in and clean it up manually. Not a big deal. I'm also going to turn this on so we can monitor our fill rate for our little loading wagon back there. So our little solar park beginning to grow. Hell yeah. And we're going to sell pigs. If I get all this grass done today, then the next video will be the next time we have something to harvest. And that's either going to be canola and wheat or poplar. So whenever that is, we'll skip ahead to that day. And whatever that day is, we'll sell pigs as well and see if we can get another 450,000 euro. That was a very good day. That was a surprising day because we had sold pigs previously about 100 at a time. And I want to say that was like with the fee, that was about 100 grand, 150 grand. But to make almost $500,000 in a morning was very surprising. I was not expecting that. Doing okay back there. Yeah, we'll go back in and clean up those little missed bits manually. Or you know what? Maybe we won't. Depending on how we're doing on time, depending on how long our grass work is taking off camera, maybe we won't go back and pick that up manually. It's only going to be, I don't know. When you combine all the little missed bits in all of these fields, it might be enough to fill one trailer. I don't know that we really need to sweat it. All right. Right down around here, coming up on 60%. Yep. Yeah, there's another little bit of dead grass right there. Sir, looks like I found one of those stumps. All right. Through here. Found it twice. Can't, oh, I see it. I see it right there. It's way out. All right. Hopefully this doesn't mess up our worker back there too terribly. Yeah, there it is right there. Sneaky. Very sneaky. All right, back on cruise control. And we'll make our turn. You okay, buddy? He's got it. 77, 78%. What are we at on time? 25 minutes. What? This might work out yet again. I always aim for 30 minutes, and it amazes me when we hit exactly 30 minutes. I love it. All right. So right around here. I'm curious how this little 1255 is going to do across the lane there. Both of those grass fields they're like one giant hill. So I'm really curious how our guy is going to do. Right. So we'll lift that. We'll lift that. We can turn these off. We're gonna dip out for a minute to get down to the BGA. So we'll turn those off. We'll jump up on top of one of them, as you do. We'll come back here. We'll take this off of our hired worker. And let me see, we need like 2%, but we did miss this turn. So let's see if we swing out a little wider, if we can go ahead and fill this thing. so. There you go. There's 100%. All right. One time only. We're going to need to crush a little grass here until we have a full headland done, but that happens. All right. And then down the hill to the BGA. God, 19,000 liters at a time. Yeah, this is going to take a minute. We got, well, I mean, it's 12 hours till midnight. I'm less worried about that than I am about the rain. I feel like whenever the rain starts, we're sort of done working. And that's going to push back. I mean, not everything, because we have 6 fields left to bring in, 6 grass fields. We may miss 1 or 2 of them. We're not going to miss all 6 of them. So let's say we get 3 done, right? The 3 that we get done are we'll get fertilizer on them, and they will begin growing again tomorrow. The 3 that we don't get done, even if we mow them tomorrow, I don't know that they're going to... Entirely my fault. Did not look behind the tree. All right, well, fender bender. The 3 that we don't get done, if we were to mow them tomorrow, I don't know that they're going to grow again on the 3rd day of summer, or if there's another cycle that they're sort of bound to. But bottom line is, I don't want to lose out on any grass this summer. We missed 3rd cut last year, and that cost us about $200,000. And I do not like leaving money on the table. So if possible, I'm going to bring all those fields in. And if possible, I'm definitely going to look behind this tree. Oh, yeah. No more surprises. Okay. So let's get this thing backed up. Look how big this pit is. And look how small this trailer is. Ugh. If we want to get 600,000 in here, I'm talking about, what, 30 trips down here? That's crazy. It's crazy talk, I tell you. Where are we at on time? 28 minutes. What? Sometimes things just work out. All right. So we'll get this backed up. Oh, and silage additive. I got a comment from somebody. They said they think silage additive, that script, Lua, whatever, makes the silage ferment faster. I don't know. That sounds good to me. I have no idea what it does or does not do. I use it because I like the detail. I like the immersion. But I don't know if silage additive actually changes anything in-game, or if it's just a, you know, cosmetic or a whatever. But I do use it. Let's make this pile a little bigger. All right. Man, this thing does empty slowly. I like that. I like that level of detail. I don't like things that, you know, you hit the button and 2 or 3 seconds later it's completely emptied. I like equipment that unfolds slowly, and, you know, I like things a little more stately. Feels very realistic. But sometimes you're in a damn hurry. All right. And I think, on that note, yep, close that, and I think we're good. Where's the sun? The sun is right there. Beautiful. So we'll pull up right here, like so. Set the brake, turn the HUD off, right? We'll hop out here, and we'll call it. There you have it. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17. This is the Western Shore. We'll see you next time. Take care now.